This Dejon Paul and no jumper situation just got a whole lot more confusing. Now, if you guys are unaware as to what's going on, let's do a quick recap. Dejon Paul recently did a podcast appearance on Community World where he stated that he was shot at no jumper.
Shot, you know what I'm saying? So take us, you was shot. You was shot. So look.
I would say I was grazed by a bullet.
Okay.
That's shot.
Power of work. That's what people keep saying. They was like a hit is a hit. If it contacted you,
you got shot.
I say I got grazed by a bullet.
Okay, walk us through that. Walk us through that day, man.
Dejon will walk the host through exactly what he believed took place that day. He would say that he was sitting at a table at No Jumper. The security guard was sitting next to him, and he didn't really see nothing. But when he looked up, he just heard a loud bang, and he felt something under the table.
Without saying anybody's name.
I got you. People keep saying, attorneys keep saying a hit is a hit. Everyone keeps saying that to me. Like if it made contact, it made contact. I believe in the power of words. I'm not inviting that into my life.
Okay.
I have people that have lost their life. I know people that have lost their life to that. So on March 25th, it was a Monday. I went in to do No Jumper News. I believe it was Flacco, Sharp, and myself. We did the news. We walk out. You guys know the building, so I don't have to explain everything. Mm-hmm. I walk out. I always sit at that conference table. You guys know the table. Right? I always sit right there, eat right there, be on my phone, get some work done. And that's exactly what I was doing. Adam was in his office with the door closed. So there's no other personality. No one else was there. There was no other No Jumper personality that was there who could even speak to the incident. I'm the only personality, sans Adam, who's in his office with the door closed, that was there at the time. Minding my business at the table, and just a loud bang, boom, or what have you, goes off, and like the gun went off under the table is what I'm assuming.
So a person was sitting next to you, which was a security guard.
He was at the table.
He was at the
security guard. The security guard.
Yeah, the security guard. Yeah. I mean,
I look up after the gun goes off, and I feel the pain in my thigh, my left thigh.
Did you see him cleaning the gun at that time?
I wasn't paying attention to him. I was on my phone. I knew he was there, and I just said, "What's up?" But I wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. I was on my phone handling something.
And then you heard a shot go off.
Heard it, felt it underneath the table.
Dejon would describe an accidental discharge that took place at No Jumper, and he will say, due to the accidental discharge, he was grazed with a bullet. Now, Dejon would say the security guard is who triggered the accidental discharge, but he would also say he never seen a gun in the security guard's hand, which will probably be plausible deniability for the security guard, right? Because if you never see me with a gun, then how do you know the discharge came from me? But here's the thing. Dejon would also say that he does plan on suing No Jumper, and he has obtained legal counsel. Now, what you're about to hear is the exact reason why legal counsel tells their clients to not speak on anything before the court process is over. Because a lawyer who will do an interview with academics called Lawyers for Workers, Mo, well, he would give his commentary on the Dejon situation, and he would pretty much crush any and all hopes of a lawsuit that Dejon may have against No Jumper. Let's check it out.
Apparently, and we could extrapolate off it. We don't have to talk about like that. We could talk about what would normally happen in situations like this. So an employee of No Jumper claims that, a security guard at No Jumper shot him. This is crazy.
Like intentionally? Like he shot him?
Well, that's not clear yet. He has
a security guard. You might have to shoot somebody.
Yeah. So the guy's gonna.
You would hope not one of the employees at the.
Now I've talked to Adam, right, and I kind of know a little bit more, but I want to keep it on the surface. Like I don't want to really. Well, I can say this part. The dude was supposedly, jamming the gun or something like that, and maybe a bullet went off. But apparently, the dude didn't get hit. Allegedly, right? Okay. Allegedly, he didn't get hit. He said he got hit. Now it's in this weird area. So he's saying he got shot. Apparently, he went to the hospital. They said, where? We couldn't find anything. But we've heard this before with Meg. When we heard it first, the doctor's going to find it. And then they're like, no, we got the bullet fragments. So we don't know. Apparently, he's super upset. And from what I hear, he tried to offer Adam some money. Or, he demands some money from Adam to say, hey, if you give me this money now, by the way, he's doing this without a lawyer to this point. Give me this money now, I'm good.
Right.
Right? Apparently, Adam's like, no. Now he's at the point where he's about to sue. Is it something that, well, obviously it's a suable thing if you shoot somebody, right?
So Academics is expressing a sentiment that a lot of people had, which is, well, if you get shot by a security guard or grazed by a bullet in an accidental discharge at the workplace, well, you're about to be a millionaire. Like, you're about to sue your job and you're about to be a multi-millionaire and you're about to own that workplace and force them to shut down. Well, most people think that. Well, Mo, the actual lawyer, says, no, not quite. And it's not even a possibility that that's the case. It's almost a 0% chance that Dejon will be able to sue for being grazed by an accidental discharge at No Jumper.
That's a really interesting question. So I can't speak to California. In New York, like if that dude over there shot me right now, so it'd come down to, well, I'm not at work right now, but let's say you're an employee.
Yeah.
All right. And there's a security guard here and I get shot by the security guard's gun. So because I work for you, I can't sue you because it's a workplace injury.
What?
The law he's about to break down actually exists in California as well, right? It's employer immunity, right? And essentially, in most scenarios, worker comp laws in California prevent employees from suing their employers for work-related injuries. Workers' compensation laws establish employer immunity because employers are required to pay workers' compensation benefits regardless of fault rather than requiring an employee to prove that the employer was negligent.
Yeah, I got like you would think that I could sue my job if I get shot at work or if I get hurt at work. You can't sue your job. In New York, you're prohibited from filing lawsuits against your employer. You're limited to workers' compensation unless there's a death or an intentional act. So if your employer shoots you intentionally, it's a criminal matter, obviously.
Okay.
So you definitely can file a
Apparently
criminal
it was a freak accident, but and again,
so
no
that
jumper
would be
claim.
like a negligence lawsuit, failure to safeguard the workplace. You can't file negligence claims against your employer unless there's a death.
That boy said unless Dejon died, Dejon can't really sue No Jumper for being accidentally popped at No Jumper if he was accidentally popped at No Jumper. Now, he said it's a workers' comp issue. Now, according to WAC 100, and I believe Adam confirmed this as well, I'm not sure, they said that workers' comp actually denied Dejon's claim. Now, Dejon hasn't spoken on that yet, but that's what they have out there. The workers' comp asked for the injury, and based on what they got, they denied Dejon's claim for workers' comp.
So I would have no lawsuit against my employer. Now,
So you would have to go die and come back?
Well,
Like, yo,
but here's the
fuck?
interesting part. Let's say you hired a third-party security company.
Well, that's exactly what they did.
So if the security guard doesn't work for Off the Record,
Yeah.
the security guard is employed by ABC Security,
Yeah.
I can sue ABC Security because they're not my employer. That's called a third-party lawsuit.
The lawyer for worker Mo is saying that Dejon has a case against the third-party security company that No Jumper was using. However, trying to sue No Jumper is not going to work, and he can't really get anything from suing No Jumper in relation to the shooting. Now, Dejon, during his interview, did hint at maybe trying to sue for sexual harassment at No Jumper. It's unclear how this is going to go. This is just the update, and this is the first, I guess, commentary I've heard from an actual legal analyst. And he's saying it's not looking good for Dejon if Dejon plans on suing No Jumper for the shooting. Now, if you're still watching, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out how this podcast host tried to scam her guest mid-podcast. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. Out of here, folks.